In a city with a population of 3 million, more than 6,900 tons of garbage may be generated every day. In order to effectively deal with this huge amount of garbage, scientists and engineers have developed the technology of waste-to-energy plants. Such plants burn garbage at high temperatures and convert it into electricity, thereby providing stable electricity to areas with power shortages. The world's largest waste-to-energy facility is located in Shanghai, China. As one of Africa's important partners, China's waste-to-energy technology and experience have also played an important role in Africa. In Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, Chinese companies have built Africa's largest waste-to-energy plant with an investment of $120 million. The plant can process about 450,000 tons of garbage per year and provide 185 million kilowatt-hours of electricity supply per year. But India believes that this project is China's opportunity to rob them. In today's video, we will explain how this waste-to-energy plant built by China has changed Addis Ababa and why Ethiopia is reluctant to cooperate with India. If you find today's video interesting, be sure to subscribe to the Insider Truth channel so you won't miss any exciting videos. Now let's get into today's topic. Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, is a busy city with a population of about 4 million. Every year, the amount of garbage generated here is as high as 300,000 tons, and it increases at an annual rate of 8%. In the past, these large amounts of garbage were transported to the landfill in the southwest of the city, but due to the lack of effective treatment measures, the landfill soon reached saturation. Today, the garbage pile in this landfill is as high as 30 meters, equivalent to the height of a 10-story building. Due to the long-term lack of treatment, rainwater from the landfill will flow into nearby rivers with harmful substances during the rainy season, seriously polluting Addis Ababa's water resources. These polluted water sources not only affect the daily lives of residents, but also pose a threat to the entire ecosystem. What's more serious is that this garbage mountain has become a breeding ground for viruses and bacteria, and the presence of these microorganisms poses a huge hidden danger to public health. As one of the least developed countries in the world, Ethiopia has a weak industrial base and is almost powerless to deal with this increasingly serious garbage problem. Local residents have no choice but to resort to burning garbage. Although this can temporarily reduce the amount of garbage, it will release a large amount of toxic gases, which not only pollute the air but also seriously threaten the health of residents. This approach is obviously not a long-term solution. In order to solve this vicious cycle, the Ethiopian government decided to seek help from China and planned to build a garbage power plant. As far as I know, the Reppie waste-to-energy plant, jointly built by China and Ethiopia, is located about 30 kilometers from the center of Addis Ababa. The project covers an area of 25 hectares and has a total investment of $120 million. The power plant is equipped with two 25-megawatt steam turbine generators, with a total installed capacity of 50 megawatts, which is equivalent to a medium-sized thermal power plant. Every year, this facility can process up to 450,000 tons of garbage, which can completely solve the garbage problem of the siege city of Addis Ababa. In 2014, China sent more than 600 experienced engineers and workers to Ethiopia to start the construction of this project. However, some key construction materials and equipment, such as special steel and precision power generation equipment, are difficult to obtain in Ethiopia and must be transported from China. Considering that Ethiopia is a landlocked country, the materials need to pass through the port of Djibouti first, and then be transported by land for 800 kilometers to reach the construction site. When at that time, the Addis Ababa-Djibouti railway had not yet been open to traffic, and the transportation of materials faced many difficulties. Each time, it had to go through two cumbersome customs clearance procedures. During this process, the 45-day material arrival period stipulated in the original contract was almost impossible to achieve, and even the 90-day period was difficult to guarantee. Logistics problems not only increased the cost of the project, from the initial budget of $100 million to $120 million, but also prolonged the construction period. Despite these challenges, the Reppie waste-to-energy plant was completed in 2017. At this time, the Indian media made remarks accusing China of snatching the project that belonged to them. What is going on? As far as I know, India invests $500 million in Ethiopia every year. As of 2023, the total investment has exceeded $5 billion, making India the largest investor in Ethiopia. These funds are widely distributed in many fields such as manufacturing, agriculture, infrastructure, and services, bringing all-round development opportunities to Ethiopia. Taking the agricultural field as an example, India's technical support and financial assistance have helped Ethiopian farmers increase their production by 10% and their income by 30%. In addition to financial support, India has also established 650 companies in Ethiopia, which not only brought advanced technology and management experience to the local area, but also employed more than 75,000 local employees, creating a large number of jobs. More importantly, trade between India and Ethiopia is also growing continuously. Bilateral trade volume has increased from $1.23 billion in 2014 to $2.8 billion in 2022. This growth not only shows the complementarity and cooperation potential of the two countries' economies, but also further consolidates the friendly relations between the two countries. However, despite India's huge investment and deep partnership in Ethiopia, Ethiopia ultimately chose to work with China instead of India on the Reppie waste-to-energy plant project. So why did Ethiopia abandon India and work with China instead? Although China built its first modern waste incineration power plant in 1986, it started later than European and American countries. However, after entering the 21st century, China accelerated the research and development and application of waste incineration technology. In particular, in 2013, China successfully developed and applied advanced waste incineration technology. This technology not only greatly improved the efficiency of waste treatment, but also reduced harmful emissions by 30%. This achievement made China a leader in this field. At the same time, some European countries such as Belarus and Turkey also cooperated with China to build waste power plants. In addition to its significant strength, China also established a number of agricultural cooperation projects with Ethiopia before 2013, including agricultural technology training centers and agricultural machinery equipment assistance. Through China's technical assistance, the average yield of major crops in Ethiopia has increased by 20% to 30%. Due to the increase in yield, the income of farmers in some project areas has increased from about $300 per year to more than $600. Therefore, when the Reppie waste power plant project was tendered, Ethiopia chose to cooperate with China. It is worth mentioning that this waste power plant was officially put into use in 2018. Today, this waste incineration power plant has been in operation for 6 years. So, what changes has it brought to Ethiopia? In the past few decades, the electricity penetration rate in Ethiopia was only about 30%. This caused many hospitals to be unable to operate normally due to lack of electricity. The lights in the operating room often went out at critical moments, and doctors could only save lives with weak emergency lights. Schools also had to shorten class time due to power shortages, and children had to study reluctantly under dim lights. The production lines in factories were also forced to stop due to power shortages, and the pace of economic development was hindered. With the commissioning of the Reppie waste-to-energy plant, the power plant processes up to 1,800 tons of garbage per day. According to statistics, 1 ton of garbage can be converted into 400 kilowatt-hours of electricity after processing. In this way, Ethiopia's annual power generation will reach 185 million kilowatt-hours. This figure is enough to provide electricity to more than 1 million households, and the power supply in the capital will be guaranteed. On the other hand, on the streets of the Ethiopian capital, the garbage that once piled up like a mountain seems to have become part of the city, seriously damaging the beauty and cleanliness of the city. This not only dealt a huge blow to the city's image, but also led to an increasing risk of water pollution, land pollution, and disease transmission, causing great trouble to the lives of residents. But with the commissioning of the Reppie waste-to-energy plant, this efficient power plant is like a huge garbage swallower, which has rapidly reduced the city's garbage. Clean streets and fresh air have returned to the lives of residents. After the local government's treatment, the originally polluted water source has become clear again, and the river has regained its former vitality. The land has also gotten rid of the shackles of garbage and regained its vitality. The health of residents has been better protected, and they no longer worry about diseases caused by garbage pollution. It is worth mentioning that the excellence of this power plant has attracted the interest of other African countries. More than a dozen African mayors have come to visit and learn, and hope to promote this model in their own cities. So, do you think China will cooperate with them? Welcome to leave a message in the comment area below, and I will discuss with you. Before we end today's video, remember to hit that shiny subscribe button. This way you will receive more insider information on projects as soon as possible. Looking forward to sharing with you next time.